Hey everyone, welcome to studio update number 2. Today I'll be showing you some of the technologies we're using for soundproofing as well as current state of the studio. So let me flip the camera around and show you what we got. Okay, so as you can see, we got the new wall framed in. And so kind of what this is a decoupled wall from the existing structure. So behind here we have the old wall where we took off the existing drywall, and then we framed in this new wall that is offset by 2 inches. And so the idea here is, all of the vibration that hits this wall is not transferred to the existing, and therefore it, can't escape the building. So before we did that, we added 2 more layers of 3/4 inch OSB to the floor. So I can show you kind of how thick that is now. So it's pretty thick now. So 3 layers of that total with green glue in between each layer. And so what the green glue is a compound that kind of never fully dries. I don't know if you can see how stretchy that is, but this is it fully set up. It stays tacky forever, and so it sort of acts as a damping compound, similar to putting a moon gel on a drum head. So it decreases the volume, doesn't let it resonate quite as much, and so it makes it much more quiet. So we have a bunch of these buckets, and then we soak up the green glue in this gun, and then squirt it all over whatever material we're putting. So either this OSB, or we'll do the same thing between the new layers of drywall. So the new wall is sitting on the new thicker floor, and then at the top it attaches to the rafters using these brackets, and so it's got this kind of flexible spacer on the bottom of it. So that sits on the top plate, and then this part is screwed into the rafter. So that way we have a little bit of separation between the wall and the ceiling. So other than that, let's see, we framed in the entryway to fit a 36-inch door. And so we'll do the same on the old opening, just so we can put the decorative trim in between. But yeah, this will be a door. We'll put the other doors back, and those will be the solid core super heavy doors with the seal around them. So for the brackets around the top, we did 48-inch spacing with slightly tighter spacing around the doors. And then on the taller walls, we did 36-inch spacing, just because with the 2 feet at the top, I wanted a little more security with that extra leverage. So the next steps are, getting some insulation to put on the existing wall for the interior sides of it where, insulation wasn't required, and then adding a brand new layer of insulation to the new wall. We just had the framing inspection done this morning and it passed, so we're good to keep moving on. Well, so that's a little bit of the current state of the live room and studio. We didn't get the construction permit until June 1st, and so that's when we finally started ripping out the existing drywall, did the floor, did the framing. But while we were in between closing on the studio and getting the permit, we had another project going on that I'll show you right now. Alrighty, so now we're down in that basement room, and this is what we worked on while we were waiting for the building permits. We converted this, I think it's maybe like a 12 by 20 room, into a practice space. So we painted the walls, painted the floors, and then after we painted the floors, decided to add a second layer of drywall onto the ceiling, and so the floor got messy, but it's better than it was. Put up a couple sound panels to reduce the reverb down here. Put a little practice drum kit. We have a little mixer set up with a headphone amp, so that way bands can just use headphones to monitor vocals or keyboards. However, just reduces feedback. A little bit easier to hear in this room. So we got a few vocal mics kind of permanently set up. 5 different headphones. So yeah, it's quite a bit different than the last time you saw it. Back there is just a utility room that I'll end up turning into my kind of workshop. Put some communicating doors here to keep the noise down, and that kind of goes out to the backyard. Um, but yeah, this is currently open for business. We've had a few clients in here, and so yeah, this has been our waiting on permit project. So that's it for the studio update number 2. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what we got going on. I'll try to post these update videos a little more regularly as we go. We're going to start doing some before and after sound tests of the soundproofing work now that we're in the construction phase of it. We took a base reading with the old walls, and so I'm going to do another reading without anything, where it's just the exposed old wall with no drywall, and then as we add each layer of soundproofing, we'll take measurements, and so hopefully that'll guide anybody else watching that wants to do some soundproofing work and have some actual data to back it up instead of just random people on gear forums. Yeah, as always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or message me directly, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you guys have. So catch you next time.